Doku. 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 Quit being a bitch. Put that cigarette out. Put the cigarette out, Doku. I'm your friend. Put the fucking cigarette out. Pass or fail, huh? Yeah. Alright, man. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water. We got 4 minutes, 4 seconds before we go live, before we come out of music. You can hear it okay, can't you? Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee and water. Be right back. Oh man, I came running as soon as I heard this that middle part there, and I'm like, oh, the song's almost over. Oh my god. I think I'll play Moxie's on the way out. It's been a while since I dropped that one. Can you hear me alright? Okay, good. You went silent for a second. You didn't respond. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Wiggle it. Wiggle it. Just a little bit. Alright. I am on Restream if you want to take care of YouTube. Apparently my mic has been live this whole time. Feel like an idiot.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Exiled Opinions.
Yeah.
So,
welcome
got
to
a
Shitting
fun
on
show.
Disney Night. I was planning the stream a lot earlier this year, like in January early, like first week of January. Hey Jelly Duck, how's it going? Um, note to self: make sure that the studio mic is muted for everyone before going live. Oh
What's
my
up, Jelly Duck?
god! So tonight we're gonna be tonight we're shitting on Disney, just entirely and without uh with no fucks given.
We're gonna have our own little Star Wars celebration.
Yeah. Uh, I've got some big empty space here that I'm going to bring up with a big image of Disney, and I'm just gonna go ahead and save image
The
as
diabolical mouse house.
the House of Mouse.
Uh,
You know why?
I know I said this. I know I said this in Discord, but I'm gonna say it here on the stream for all of our lovely viewers. Disney, why are you making more Matrix movies? Like, can you just let like a somewhat decent franchise just rest in peace?
Matrix
Why?
Matrix isn't owned by Disney.
Oh, they're making more.
No, they're making
Wasn't
more
it? Was it?
Alien movies. They're not making any more Matrix movies. Matrix was owned by Warner Brothers.
What didn't they pass it off to FX though? I don't know. I could be
No.
wrong. All I know is they're well. Then Warner Brothers, fuck you. You're making more Matrix movies. That's bullshit. Don't. Why must you do this?
Yeah, one of them was a
Right.
reboot.
Wait. Really?
Yeah,
I
I'm
I
actually gonna look
really
it
don't
up.
know how I feel about this.
Matrix reboot in the works at Warner Brothers. Oh, that was over a year ago, so that may or may not still be the case. Because about a year ago, like everyone was posting, and I actually did a video on this over on BitChute and YouTube on Tower of Shandor for both channels. I'm not entirely sure if that one survived the mass deleting of Tower of Shandor because I just went and randomly deleted a whole shit ton of videos up until when we were doing toy reviews. But about a year ago, they were doing shit with the Matrix. Jelly Duck
Well, the
wants to
only
know if
reason I
we've
bring it up,
seen the Animatrix. I think everyone's seen the Animatrix at this point, right?
yeah, I've seen it. I quite enjoyed it.
Good.
Now, the only reason I bring it up is because I heard something about this today, so I guess they're going through with it.
They could be. I
I don't
haven't
know why.
seen anything yet. I just, like I said, I just did a search, so I haven't seen anything from that search.
I hope it's literally just the rumor mill because if they really are, like Hollywood really is completely out of ideas.
Well, the Jelly Duck pointed out, and this is one of the first things I wanted to start in on tonight's festivities, is why the fuck go out of your way to remake basic shot for shot remakes of your animated franchises and turning them into live action franchises? Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, now Lion King, Lilo and
Jungle Book.
Stitch, The Jungle Book. All of these classic, iconic movies that were special, that were amazing for the time they were produced in, and still, like, watched by a lot of people. Like, I hate Disney. Up and down, I hate Disney. But I love the fuck out of the Lilo and Stitch movies. Alright? I love the fuck out of the characters. And I even watched that Lilo and Stitch TV series, right? Because of how much I actually enjoyed the fucking show. It was great. Everything about Lilo and Stitch was put together well. And all of these remakes are put together just to cash in on the fucking 90s nostalgia. Look at Bumblebee, right? Bumblebee was just fucking nostalgia after nostalgia after nostalgia. And as Raltz put it on it was I think it was before Stream of Corruption or during Stream of Corruption, as Raltz put it, it was nostalgia, and I'm paraphrasing here. So if Raltz happens to hear this, I'm just paraphrasing. It was nostalgia done wrong. All right. The only thing they got right about Bumblebee was the opening, like, 2 minute scene where they're on Cybertron fighting the Decepticons. And then Optimus Prime sends all of the Autobots into pods to get as far the fuck away from Cybertron as possible. Granted, the origin story is a little like it's a little too Michael Bay inspired because they're like trying to stitch it into the Michael Bay universe, which God help us all, but that's about the only thing they got right, and even then they fucked up a little bit. Um,
Well, remember a while back when we very first started the channel, or kind of when we very first started the channel, we were contemplating what was going to be the next trend, what was going to be the next thing in Hollywood, and we thought it was going to be monster movies, or maybe kaiju versus mecha. I think the trend is just doing live action stuff. I don't know why.
yeah.
Like, why live action? Why? That's completely unnecessary. It
Are we streaming on Dodge's
Netflix.
channel?
I think we are.
I
It
thought
looks
I,
like we are.
I thought
Yes,
I
we are.
shut that off. Well, anyway, Dodge, you're getting a free show tonight. Look at that. Is that Ryan? I can't really see. Hang on, let me switch over to chat. I think that's Ryan in chat.
Yeah, that's Ryan. Yeah,
How's it
that's
going,
Ryan. What's
Ryan?
up, Ryan?
Dodge ain't here right now, but if you would like to leave a message, we'll make sure to pass it on. Um, but no,
But
Disney,
yeah,
like, no, I agree with you, and I think Disney is like leading the charge on these whole like reboot things. Like, I think it's just gonna be live action reboots of shit from the '90s. Like,
I
oh my
mean,
god,
let's see what live
I am
action.
dreading a Tailspin live action movie.
Oh God,
Oh,
don't even say that.
oh
Oh,
man, could you
oh.
imagine how horrifying a quote unquote live action Launchpad McQuack would look?
Norwegian guys finding Nemo live action.
Oh fuck me.
I wouldn't put it past them. I
No,
really
they've
wouldn't.
already done. Okay, they did Finding Dory, the sequel no one asked for. Um, they've already
Okay,
done
here's
that. So where do you go from
here's a
there?
question. Here's a question. Do you think some of the motivating factor behind this might be
It's '90s
the culprit
nostalgia.
might be
That's all it is.
well, not even that. The culprit might necessarily not just be Disney, but I'm kind of looking at Netflix a little bit because we have Netflix and adaptations of anime has become a meme format for crying out loud. I'm wondering if they're not necessarily the culprit for kicking off this trend.
Yeah.
Either way, it's bad and it needs to stop.
Yeah, Norwegian points out Disney Plus is going to be huge. No, I know it's okay. Well, the problem with streaming services is that they're really hit or miss, and only like um only the hardest core of people are going to watch or even spend their money on Disney Plus. That's the problem. Because look what CBS did, right? CBS All Access. I said All Action, but I fucked it up. All Access CBS, right? If I remember right, is it CBS or ABC that's owned by Disney?
Oh, I honestly don't remember.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, no, this live action trend is not not good. I don't
Oh, wow.
don't don't like it.
All right. So, let's see. Disney owns Walt Disney Television, ESPN, A&E Networks, Disney Retail Interactive, DCPI Content, Disney Publishing Worldwide, Parks and Resorts, more resorts, Fox Next, which I'm not entirely sure. Did they only sell off one part of Fox?
I think it was Searchlight is what Disney acquired.
Let's see what they've sold off. They sold off, after acquiring it, they sold off Baby Einstein, Childcraft, Education Corporation, KCAL TV, Dick Productions. Deke rather is the what the fuck is it called? Is the production agency behind the Real Ghostbusters, um, uh, Inspector Gadget, and a whole bunch of those shows from like the 80s and 90s. Let's see, Fusion Media Network, Hyperion Books, Tony Zoo Yoga Studios, GMTV, Miramax Films. They bought Miramax? Oh my god! And then they sold it. They bought and sold Dimension Films. They like a year after they bought Power Rangers, they sold it back to Saban. Um, which he sold it to like Hasbro. He's like, I'm done with this shit. But they did Power Rangers real dirty. It lost them money. That's why they sold it. These are all assets they sold because it was whatever partial ownership they had in E, Movie Beam, Bass Angler Sportsman Society. They sold that off, and they sold off so many. They sold off Walt Disney Studios, Sony Pictures Releasing to Mexico, which means they sold off the Walt Disney Sony Picture backed releasing company that they owned in Mexico. The venture capital holdings that they sold were the Ingram Display Corporation, Kite, Move Networks, Popular Media, Pure Digital Technologies, Kygo, acquired by AOL in December 2007. I'm not going to look that up because I'm just really not interested. They've sold off Rosm, Scrapblog, Symmetrics, 56.com, Usagoo. Okay. And then let's see. This is a list of stuff that they shuttered or they just kind of like mothballed. ABC Kids, Americast, Anaheim Sports, Arena Football League, Avalanche Software, BlackRock Studio, Blip Networks, Bonnie View Productions, Buena Vista Visual Effects, Cal Publishing, Canasa Trading Corp, Caravan Pictures. They owned Caravan? Oh my god. Disney Circle 7 Animation, Disney Toon Studios, Club Disney, Walt Disney Feature Animation Florida Inc., Disney Auctions, Interactive Studios, Development Company, Regional Entertainment, Disney Televentures, Disney Television and Telecommunications Divisions Group, not to be confused with Walt Disney Television Production Division, DreamQuest Images, DreamWorks 2, DreamWorks Television, Faded Denim Productions, Fall Line Studios, Fidelity Television, Fox 2000 Pictures. They sold off Fox 2000 Pictures, and they just acquired Fox. All right, they have already mothballed Fox 2000. Harvest
House of
Grooves.
Mouse has been busy.
Yeah, Harvest Grooves, Hollywood Basic. This is still like the assets they're holding, or they've mothballed. Hollywood Pictures Music, Image Movers Digital, Info Seeker Corporation, Jumbo Pictures? Are you fucking kidding? They mothballed Jumbo Pictures.
Ironically enough, I'm not surprised.
Jetix Europe, NV, Jetix Animation Concepts. So that's where Jetix went to. Jetix was like a Fox thing, if I remember right. Junction Point Studios, Kingdom Comics. Yeah, they've already mothballed that. Lake Buena Vista Communities, Lyric Street Records, Mammoth Records, really? Wow. MLG Productions, Propaganda Games, Ranch and Grove Holding Corp. Oh my god, the list goes on. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I could be on here all fucking night just naming the stuff they're holding on to or mothballed. Hey Miss Murder, how's it going?
Yeah, I think needless to say, I think the moral of the story here is Disney owns a lot of shit.
Yeah, if they don't own everything, they will. So
South Park had it right. The House of Mouse is evil.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it. God.
Uh, this just gives me more of a reason to dislike Disney.
No, I hate Disney. I've hated Disney for a long time. And there's one thing I agree with the feminists on. There's one. It's the only thing I agree with the feminists on is the over sexualization of some of their characters, just because. Like, dude, seriously. Um, but like the thing is like when you have a streaming service, and this is kind of like the one thing that I want to point it out. Like when you have a streaming service, you're basically let me rephrase. When you start a streaming service and you pull all of your content or have all of your content canceled just so it can revert back to your own hands, just so you can put that content on your own platform, on your own streaming service, you're not only ruining a potential business partner, and you're just like throwing everything in the way. And Carl, you've got it right exactly. Is that a huge problem with corporate America? A huge problem is the antitrust laws that aren't really entirely enforced. And that's not to say that like the the antitrust laws aren't being enforced entirely. It's to say that people like this is where like my advocacy of the free market kind of feels like a double-edged sword, and I think Doku can back me up on this one. That the free market decides like what the better product is, right? And because we as individuals decide what the most popular product is, what money I want to spend what product I want to spend my money on is going to go basically toward a certain or a specific company, right? We become brand loyalists.
Well,
And
more so a bigger issue, just to touch on that,
yeah,
is it's not it's I mean antitrust laws and monopoly laws do need they seem to get selective enforcement for one reason or another. I mean, that's a completely different topic of conversation.
right.
The big problem that we're seeing, and it's kind of
It's kind
this
of
goes
our
back
fault
into
though.
the
It's kind of our fault though because like I said, it comes down to I think honestly what it comes down to is the uh, the fact that we have put ourselves in a box by only choosing the one thing. Like let's use Diamond for example, right? Diamond is a monopoly in comic book distribution because of an accident, right?
well, and here's the point I was going to get at. Brand loyalty does have an issue, and
Right. And that's where
there are some weird circumstances that arise with situations like Diamond. But the real big problem we have, and Norwegian guy, you pointed this out. When you have a real free market with obviously some regulation to prevent trust and monopolies in place, yes, you can choose what sinks or what swims. The problem is some of these corporations like Disney or Diamond, being as large and as crucial to the market themselves, they can easily kill the competition, and therefore you don't have choice. You can't choose what sinks or swims.
well,
Someone's going to go out there and buy something eventually, one way or another.
here's
It's predatory. It's predatory business practices is what it is.
here's well, it's not even so much predatory business practices. It's more so that and the crux of the complaint lies within us. We put it we put these companies on such a high pedestal. Like, take for example Diamond, right? It is a monopoly on accident, right? Diamond distributes all of the comic books for America, and that is only because of the fact that everyone started using Diamond because they were able to find a way to deliver the comic books to comic book shops and to mail them directly to your home when that was a thing, when you were getting comic book subscriptions. I'm sure you remember that, Doku, where you'd fill out the little card and send it in, and they'd send you comic books every month on your mom and
Oh
dad's
yeah,
credit card. Um,
yeah, I remember. I
um,
remember.
but Diamond was able to find a way to bring those prices down so low by doing business with other companies to reduce its cost, that it just became the go-to for everyone. And we, instead of, taking on the more trustworthy things and some of the more popular brands at the time, and spending a little bit more for a different product just to keep some sort of diversity. I hate using that word now, but just some sort of diversity in terms of how things were distributed, that we lost out on the ability to have those distribution networks um, from outside sources, right? Does that make sense, Doku?
In a way, and again, it's kind of the situation with Diamond is a very
it's a complicated
it's very
situation.
weird. It's a
Right.
very weird situation because normally antitrust and anti-monopoly law is applied directly to either a producer or the end user consumer storefront. Distribution was never really looked at. So Diamond found themselves in a really strange position where they were managed to outprice all of the competition and essentially create a monopoly that didn't really exist prior to I would argue say like the late 50s post World War II era.
Yeah, no, okay. So one of the one of the things that got brought up is that Disney is, Carl brought this up, Norwegian guy brought this up, that Disney's so huge that Warner Brothers and Sony both look like mom and pop operations. And that's entirely true. That's entirely 100% correct.
And
And
yes, epileptic insomniac. We are talking about Disney and the House of Mouse, the ultimate Dark Lord, the Eye of Sauron, and
and we're
general
just shitting on it
just
in
fucking
general.
assholes.
We're just shitting on it in general. We have nothing. We have nothing. What's the word? Constructive to offer tonight. We're just going to be shitting on Disney. Usually we have something constructive to offer, but back to what I was saying is, like, we're at this point where Disney's so big that Warner Brothers and Sony can't compete because the majority of movies that have been coming out have been what, superhero movies. And well, who's cornered the market on superhero movies so far? I think is Disney. And
Uh, there's no argument there. I
no,
would argue that is a
definitely.
distinct fact.
And those movies have been driving, at least for the last decade, what people have been going to see. And Disney's kind of in a reset right now where they're like, what do we do to kind of fix this? And it all goes back to what I started with, this first topic of fuck you, Disney, is the live action remake bullshit. Oh, don't worry, Herpicus. We'll get onto that in a little bit here, but needless to say, fucking the remakes are pissing me off. And that's all we have to look forward to because we've come to the point of Disney owns everything now. I am not going to be surprised when Disney finally buys up Sony and they have Ghost Corps re-fucking do Ghostbusters as a shot-for-shot fucking remake. I won't be surprised.
Here's my middle finger to Disney from a corporate standpoint, and somewhat to a lesser degree from a fanboy standpoint. The second I heard them buying Marvel, I was like, oh, fuck you. So now you've got Marvel Publishing and you have the Marvel Studios. Marvel Publishing was doing Star Wars comics at the time. And then they bought fucking Lucasfilm.
Yep.
Who the fuck approved that?
Yeah.
Like, just because you own the business partnership from the Marvel Publishing side, which is publishing like the Darth Vader and the Skywalker comics and all the other shit that Lucasfilm had given property over to, then you turn around and buy the business that you're partnered with. That should be a blatant fucking violation of antitrust law.
And it should be it to me. And I mean, this could just be me reading too much into the situation, but to me, this feels as though when you have something like that, it feels like a huge, massive conflict of interest. It just.
You know what? I'm gonna call it now. If Hasbro doesn't completely fucking tank because Disney is screwing up Star Wars so damn bad, or if it does tank and Disney gets a really good deal, it wouldn't fucking surprise me for Disney or a subsidiary of Disney to try to acquire Hasbro. I guarantee you.
No,
if
it'll
the
happen.
opportunity comes up, it'll happen.
No, because Hasbro owns Kenner, right? And Kenner is the property responsible for making the Star Wars toys. So if Disney wants the Star Wars toys, they can either outright buy the Kenner line, which, spoiler alert, also includes stuff like the real Ghostbusters is still under their patent, as far as I know. They're still, that's still owned by Kenner, so they could, in all reality, hop on to the hey, we're gonna snatch the real Ghostbusters line out from Diamond Select Toys and do our own shit. They could very well do that.
And that's the thing. They seem to have found this weird backdoor way of acquiring a property.
Oh, it's not backdoor.
And then acquiring. It technically should be, but for some reason it isn't.
No, the reason it isn't, Doku, is because we have allowed these companies to be the top dog, right? Look at how many other countless companies have folded because, well, we as a free market allowed these companies to become as big as they are. We have also allowed them to own
all the smaller companies. All the smaller companies can't compete. Like, yeah, right. Technically they might not be violating antitrust or monopoly, but
it's
you
only
can't
on
compete with a Goliath like Disney.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if the government were to step in, and I'm not entirely sure I'm in favor of this, if the U.S. government were to step in and say you got to break this shit up, what's Disney going to do? They're just going to move to a country where the antitrust laws aren't as stringent, right? They'll just say fuck it and they'll throw money at whatever government they want to park in. Hey, yeah, Farty, how's it going?
That is kind of the problem.
Hello.
What's up, Farty?
So you got any input on this whole backassery fucking Disney corporatism before we move on to the next topic on our docket?
I kind of think that there is one thing that they're trying to do, and they're doing it fucking miserably. I have a very, very sneaking suspicion that since Mark Hamill's come to terms with the fact that Luke Skywalker's dead, and they've basically said no one really dies in the new Star Wars, that they're actually trying to sort of say that no, they're going to actually bring Mark Hamill back as Luke Skywalker, not as a Force Ghost or anything like that, but they're trying to do the Marvel keeping secrets type deal, but they're never really good at that.
Well, you bring up an interesting point, because I wanted to talk about this a little bit, and that's the way they've treated the MCU. They've treated the MCU like they have. Let me backtrack, because I was about to say it in the wrong order. They have treated Star Wars as if it were the MCU. That's what I wanted to say. And
yeah,
the two aren't, like, you cannot use the same formula for Star Wars. It's just not going to happen. I mean,
That's right.
we got the prequel trilogy. All right, let's be honest. It's very divisive in terms of who enjoyed it and who didn't enjoy it. But
It
at
wasn't that
least
bad
no, it
considering. I
wasn't
mean,
that bad.
like
It's a
they say,
fucking masterpiece compared to fucking Roundhead Johnson and Kathleen Cat Lady's fucking quote unquote masterworks.
if you look at the prequel trilogy, right, most people's complaints were, oh, the acting was wooden. No, this was back when things were all procedural and all this kind of stuff. Yes, sir. No, sir. Fucking blah, blah, 3 bags full, sir. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
Things like midichlorians. Okay, how are you going to describe the Force to a fucking 5-year-old? It's like little things that live inside you and all this kind of stuff. And little kids gonna fucking understand that. Okay, Jar Jar Binks. They should have done the Darth Jar Jar with that one. But
Yeah, there was a
can't
missed
really.
opportunity. If anything,
Mm.
the new Lucas trilogy was just a series of missed opportunities. If anything,
Mm.
and that's the only sin, in my opinion, that it committed.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, well, treating the new one like the MCU, they fucked that up right from the start. We were screaming at them, and they just simply don't listen. They're doing a Sony with the Ghostbusters thing, but they don't listen. We said no, we want fucking
but the
Obi-Wan's backstory.
but the
We
difference here,
don't care about
Farty, is that Sony is listening, and we are getting a Ghostbusters 3. Much to my
yeah,
chagrin, I don't think we need a Ghostbusters 3, to be honest. I'm gonna address the
yeah,
chat
but
real quick. Um,
eh,
Go ahead, Farty. I'm gonna address the chat after this.
yeah. Well, we wanted the Obi-Wan backstory, and they said no, 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 no. We'll do that later. We'll give you the Solo one. We don't want the Solo one. We're happy with Solo being Solo. We don't want your bullshit there. Oh, you didn't like Solo? Well, then you're not getting the Obi-Wan story. Ah, oh, fuck you, cunts.
um, Carl says, Norwegian guy says, my biggest complaints in Star Wars has been about Lucas' decisions to change the original trilogy. Yeah, it's not everyone likes the special editions. I don't care one way or the other. Um, I don't mind if I'm watching the original unedited trilogy or if I'm watching the fucking CG to Hell trilogy that adds 18 hours to the VHS or whatever. I don't care about that. I enjoy watching the original trilogy in whatever form it may come in. Herpicus says Darth Binks would have been a bigger abomination than current Jar Jar, in my opinion. Cthulhu says there's a reason people consider Ghostbusters a video game the third movie. There is. Um, the uh, the Ghostbusters, the video game that we got on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 or 2. I think it was 3. We got it on the PSP. We got it on the Nintendo DS. We got it on PC. We got it on so many different platforms. It was widely available to everyone, right? And look at the Ghostbusters movie 2016 and the video game that the video game that was released alongside it. That game was garbage. But I'm getting off on a tangent here. I'm getting off on a tangent. Look what you made me do, chat. Look what you made me do, Cthulhu. Um, um, uh, but the point is that we we allowed these companies to be as big as they are, and that's I I know it's gonna sound a little hypocritical of me, and I apologize for that because we really can't have this conversation without acknowledging, how much hypocrisy, goes into life, right? Like you just kind of have to fucking suck it up and just accept that you did some stupid shit. And now it's like, oh man, it's like getting arrested for going to see a prostitute, and you come home and your wife and kids like left you because you were in jail for 3 days, and now you got to go to court and pay a fucking $7,000 fine because you were because you went off and fucked some hooker on the street
Better
corner that was
analogy.
really a cop. What's
I got a
that?
better analogy. I got a better analogy. You get done for speeding. The first time you ever get done for speeding, and the judge comes down hard on you, and then 6 months later, it turns out that he got done for drink driving, and he wouldn't give up his blood test.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That is a better analogy. Um, it
Because that actually happened to me. The Canberra fires. I was trying to get to a fire station. I was doing 101 in a 60 zone,
oof.
and the judge who took me
That's
license,
kilometers
he
per
got
hour,
done
right?
6 months later. Yeah,
So that's like
it's probably 80 in the
something.
50 zone.
Yeah, like in the States, it'd be like a 60 kph zone would be like 80 something or 70. Like it's really, you know what? I'll look it up, but it's like it's close to 80.
Yeah, well, he got done drink driving, and the police lost their blood test that the hospital took. And when you get two tests,
Never mind.
you keep one.
It's closer to 40. It's 37.2 miles per hour.
Oh, it's like 80 in a 40 zone.
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, yeah, so you're supposed to keep your end of the blood test, and you have to give it to the courts when asked, and, he refused to. And then after everything, they gave him his job back. But yeah, another thing with fucking Star Wars at the moment is that they keep sort of going backwards and forwards on, well, what are they going to do with The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
And retconning it completely out of existence is one of the things that keeps being put on the table and all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, oh, you know what? This is probably going to lead us to Finn wakes up and it was all a dream. And Princess Leia, you were there. And Poe, you were there. And Rey, you were there too.
Yeah. So I think this is a good segue to Rise of Skywalker. Now the new trailer dropped. A lot of people, especially Norwegian guy in the chat, is going to disagree with me. That's fine. Disagree with me. Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way now, Carl. I hated the new trailer. I have never watched something like not even an Anita Sarkeesian video. I've never watched an Anita Sarkeesian video and just go, you vile, disgusting, deplorable piece of media. How dare you insult my existence by simply being there? I hated it. I hated that the only voiceover we got is like, not everything dies. And it's just a collection of shots that don't give a shit about bringing you into the movie theater. It's a collection of shots. Like the first shot you see is Rey. It's like a 30-second shot. It's half of the fucking trailer. She's standing there, gets chased down by a fucking TIE fighter, who we can only presume is being flown by one of two people, either Kylo Ren or Luke Skywalker in some sort of weird training bullshit.
Apparently there's this red fucking, crimson fucking brigade or something like that.
Yeah.
And
the Knights of Ren.
The Knights of
Kylo,
or whatever it is.
Not the Knights of Ren. These are red-painted stormtroopers. New toys, boys and girls. Just the same as the last ones, but these ones are red. It's supposed to be one of those, maybe.
It's just more toys that won't be sold. All right. It's just more.
And
toys.
by the way, let's call the elephant in the room for the opening scene when Rey's doing her Mary Sue backflip over the TIE Interceptor that's chasing her ass down. It's just a Mary Sue version of the same frickin' scene from North by Northwest.
Oh, you saw that video?
Yeah. So, and then what's the next?
I like the Hitchcock movie, but I mean, the second I saw it, I was like, you're just ripping off something that's already been done. It's not unique.
What about the
There's
next
nothing
scene?
special about it.
What about the next scene in this fucking teaser or trailer or whatever the fuck it is? Well,
real quick, there is something else to point out in this scene before we move on, because this is just stupid. She is running with the lightsaber activated. What happens if you kneecap yourself, bitch? Like, are you kidding me? That's dumb.
No, it's still incredibly dumb. But, But like the next scene, it just lurches from scene to scene, and the next one, it's fucking uh oh shit, I can't remember his name. Uh, Billy D. Williams' character.
Uh,
Oh, when Anakin did the flip in the sequels, it was stupid then, and it's still
Yeah.
stupid now.
Okay, Billy D's character. Who the fuck is Billy D again? Um,
Lando.
Lando. Thank you. Couldn't fucking think of it because I'm just so frustrated with Star Wars at this point.
The smoothest motherfucker in the universe, and he brought him back to kill him.
Yeah. It's funny how they haven't killed any of the other Star Wars characters. Okay, let me rephrase. They haven't killed Leia, right? And the actor who plays her is dead, so they haven't
Well,
killed
they have
her.
to now.
Oh no, they won't. They won't kill her. I promise you. By the end of fucking episode 9, she'll still be alive. I promise you.
Uh,
Kathleen
swear
Cat
to God,
they'll
Lady.
give
Kathleen Cat Lady is going to make sure that that the only surviving original cast is Princess Leia. I can
They're
promise you
gonna
that.
bloody do the same thing with Holdo and make her this pseudo heroic but fucking totally shit house way of dying. Oh, but look, she saved the. No, she fucking
No.
killed all the fleet because she was
No,
incompetent.
I disagree. I disagree
No,
entirely.
what they're gonna do, Leia's gonna go quote missing. We won't see her actually die. She's just not gonna be there. We'll hear about it in like some sort of roundabout exposition, and then just like we got a Solo film, we're gonna get a Leia film.
See, here's the thing, Norwegian, you're good. You're good to watch the full trailer. I'm not saying don't watch the full trailer. Go by all means, watch the full trailer. But if this is a teaser to get you all psyched for the trailer, I don't want to fucking deal with it. All right, I am tired of teasers. That's another thing Disney started that I am so fucking sick of that everyone is doing. It's a trailer for the fucking trailer. Come on. We live in a society that's just either as a species we have become so stupid that watching a trailer gets us psyched to watch another trailer so that we can go spend money on a thing that we watched the trailer for the trailer of. And
Yeah,
I
you've
might
seen
be
all the.
nitpicky. I might be nitpicky. That's fine. I could be nitpicky. We could be nitpicky as fuck on this panel. That's fine. It's our life.
Yeah, have you seen
I
the
mean-
Plinkett video of the with the statement "No one's really gone"? He's like just going through everyone that's died in Star Wars. Oh, but don't worry, no one's really gone. Hey, Anakin. Oh, yeah, don't worry, no one's really gone. Oh, look, Padme. Oh, look, there's a funeral. But don't worry, no one's
no,
really
that's
gone.
not.
Oh,
That's
look,
not right.
Alderaan.
That's not
don't
right.
worry.
That is not right. No. Okay, I gotta bust you out on this one, Norwegian. It is not about space wizards. Star Wars is not about space wizards. Wherever you got that idea, you need to get it out of your head, because that's
That
not
came
what
from the
Star
original
Wars
Obi-Wan
is about.
himself.
What's that?
That came from the original Obi-Wan. Bloody, what's his name? Fucking the bloke who played Obi-Wan originally. He totally didn't get the movie. He didn't really want to be in it, and he said it was some silly bloody space wizard thing with laser swords.
No. It's a... I know I'm going to get some hate for this, but I'm going to call it as George Lucas himself has put it. It is a traditional Japanese drama wrapped in a sci-fi space opera. All right, that's what it is. A large portion of the movie is based on a Japanese drama, which I can't think of the name right now. It's although it
the
is,
Hidden Fortress.
yeah, because it's referenced in, I want to say, Empire. Either Empire
I
or it's either in Empire or Return. It's referenced in one of the two, where they're like, we found the location of the rebel base.
Empire.
Alec Guinness, he said that.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Norwegian says
But yeah,
George Lucas is a shitty director, and the best Star Wars is the one that had the least to do with fuck that guy. Okay, you're entitled to that. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a great director. He had a good idea for a space opera. He. I'm not going to say Star Wars is the greatest movie ever made because I don't agree with that. I will say that he was a visionary in terms of bringing Japanese film art into American culture. And that's where his genius really is. Like he was able to bring elements of another culture into an American film. And that's primarily because he was so influenced by the stuff he was watching in film school, by the Japanese films, by the westerns, and by all the other stuff he was watching in film school that kind of stoked his passion a little bit more. And that's back in the day, that's how you got into directing, is you went to film school and you started getting exposed to more things. No, Star Wars was not based on Flash Gordon. It was not.
It's just funny how you say you go to film school and learn about more movies. There's a clip on up on YouTube at the moment where Brie Larson says that I'd done all my stunts because that's what I thought you had to do. And then Chris Hemsworth's next to her and goes, "Oh, so you're the new Tom Cruise, eh?" And she goes, "No, I'm not the new Tom Cruise. I'm the new me. Thank you very much." Okay, you went to film school, did you? Surely you would have learnt that stunt doubles are a thing, you stupid whore.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I had to get that in.
No, it's fine. So Rise of Skywalker, no. I'm not, no, okay, Flash Gordon was a little bit of an influence, but Star Wars isn't based on Flash Gordon. You can be influenced on something without basing it on something.
Yeah, the only thing that was based on Flash Gordon was the episodic theme of it. The whole when he said it was originally supposed to be all like that, but he only started putting A New Hope and Return of the Jedi and all that shit.
Yeah.
In Empire Strikes Back, he came up with that idea of, oh yeah, I like the whole. You've started in the middle of the story. You can start in the middle and just that's a nice little episode, and then move on.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. I'm gonna be honest. I only really, really, really like the original 3 Star Wars movies. I only really enjoy them. Outside of that, I could give a shit less about what all is out there. I refuse to watch the Disney trilogy. I refuse to. And I'm okay with the new Lucas trilogy. That being said, let's shift our focus a little bit to EA. Just a little bit. Because I can rant on fucking I could rant on fucking Rise of Skywalker or whatever the fuck they're calling it now. I could rant for days on end about how I will not go see this movie, about how I'm not even going to watch the trailers after this teaser. I've said my piece. Anyone want to get anything else about Rise of Skywalker before we move on?
If they bring back Palpatine, I swear to fucking God.
Oh, he's in it.
Yeah, they're bringing him back.
Ian McDermott has already confirmed it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and there's going to be Force Ghost fights now, because Force Ghosts can now do lightning. So they're going to go on to the old Death Star, and there's going to be Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon and Yoda versus Darth Vader and Darth Maul and Darth. I can't believe it's not Pantene, which is fucking Joe Biden's ghost, and then Palpatine, and they're all going to have lightning fights, and Mace Windu's going to be there with purple lightning and shit.
Oh,
just so as you can say, look at the cinematics.
See, I was really hoping that it was going like Palpatine's laugh was just kind of, an ominous precursor to something else, like not actually bringing back the character.
This is from CNET.
In its entirety.
This is the headline from CNET. I'm not going to read the article, Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, sees Emperor Palpatine rise again. Now, you know what? I take back what I said. I'm not done with Rise of Skywalker. Hey, Very Dead Horse, how's it going? This is going to tie into the EA conversation. So give me a second to collect my thoughts because I have a rant. Maybe not a rant, but I have some shit that I need to get off my chest in regards to this.
Well, while you collect your thoughts,
I'm
just going to say...
Okay, go. Just go.
I'm just going to say, I know J.J. Abrams, I know you got stuck in a kind of a shitty situation because Roundhead is a frickin' moron. But really, we're bringing back Palpatine? Why?
This is just more shit to retcon. It's just more shit to retcon, alright? Look, what was it? The fucking Star Wars Battlefront? Or was it Battlefront 2? I don't fucking know which one it was at this point. The one where like, if you do the story campaign, I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Battlefront 2. Where... I'll talk about that in a little bit, Herpicus. I'll talk about that in a little bit.
I can't answer Doku's question.
Yeah, it's Battlefield 2 where you're playing as... Where in the story mode, you're playing as the... what the fuck is it called? The Imperial soldier that was, that was captured during an operation. And, the way that it was set up is that you go through all this shit and then the Emperor dies and then everyone, on the Star Destroyer finds out that the Emperor is dead, and dude sends his daughter out to like, oh well, the Emperor's dead, we need to do this thing, and she goes off and then she gets like stuck in this realization that, hey, maybe the Empire isn't full of good guys like I thought it was. And it would have been a fine campaign if they didn't stretch it out for God knows how long. And then she ends up joining the Rebel Alliance, which I guess, but you basically have to retcon that. You have to retcon Episode 7, Episode 8, in order to make Palpatine work in this movie. Herpicus says that Dark Empire had Darth Sidious return. It's
that's where they're getting it from, really, because
the thing is that it's Dark Empire is kind of, I'm not going to say that it is definitely, but Dark Empire is kind of expanded universe.
Yeah.
And the Disney has already said the expanded universe is out of canon.
But they have been picking and choosing. Like, some bits they have been picking and choosing. I mean, like, there's even the rumor out there they're going to bring fucking Kerry Russell in as Mara Jade. And she's supposed to be not canon and all that kind of stuff. The only reason why they're really bringing back fucking Palpatine is because, like, they did have a storyline in arc with Snoke, and Rian Johnson fucked that up. And now JJ's just gone into his bag of tricks and went, what worked last time? Blue milk, AT-ATs, fuck it, Palpatine. He was in the original. We'll bring him back.
Yeah. And this is all the influence of Kathleen Cat Lady and fucking Roundhead Johnson having their way with Star Wars one more time before they quote end quote slow down on the Star Wars movies. Look, I don't know about you guys, but I am thoroughly tired of Star Wars. I'm tired of it. I think that's a more apt description. I don't hate it. I don't think.
Jar Jar Abrams.
I'm just Jar Jar Abrams. Yeah, at this point, that's what it is. Misa gonna make a movie?
Oh, Mr. Jar Jar Abrams, Mr. make a movie you gonna like much. I mean, I do kind of feel bad for Abrams.
People gonna lose their jobs?
I do feel bad for Abrams for being put in this type of situation, But I mean, after what Kathleen Kennedy, and this is another big problem I have with Disney, and I've said this before, but I'm gonna fucking say it again. Bob Iger, do your job as CEO. Do your job as CEO. Reel in your fucking minions, because as insanely dedicated as the Star Wars fan base can be, there's only so much goodwill that you can have before people really start to get pissed off. And this is coming from a Star Wars fanboy. I'm tired of seeing Kathleen Kennedy and Roundhead and every other frickin' ass hat under the fucking sun. The second they make a stupid decision or fucking turn around and attack the fans and immediately claim harassment, it's like, oh, it's all the toxic fandom and it's all the sexists and the misogynists and they just don't like it. No, you guys just suck at your fucking job.
Yeah. No, they do. They do. And it's Bobby Igor that lets them do it.
Yeah, the
it's
worst
really,
part about
really
it is
frustrating.
the worst part about it is when these fuckwit feminists and shit, they do something galactically fucking stupid. They stand there with this stupid, cheesy, shit-eating grin as if that they've done something extremely intelligent.
It's like,
And they're like,
okay,
I've done
liken
something
this.
so good. It's like, no,
I liken
you're a
this
fucking idiot.
situation.
You're too stupid to realise it.
Yeah, I liken the situation Disney's in to that time that Anita Sarkeesian, and I'm bringing her up for a second time in this. I guess I'm harassing her now. Stream, but I'm bringing her up.
With her.
I know, right? I might have flipped her over back in the day. But that was back in the day. But I liken it to when Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn went to the UN and like, we need to regulate the internet because my feelings are hurt and like I need a safe space online so people don't think that I'm nasty even though I'm really nasty and I hate people. And now that they're getting this internet censorship bullshit, yeah, that's where we're standing.
Hang on, I'll translate what she was actually saying there. I need a space where I can have my own echo chamber because too many people are calling me out because I'm full of shit all the time.
Well, it's the same. Then, huh?
It's the same shit that always fucking happens with this particular people of a particular persuasion. It's always, oh, look, it's going to be great. You get a little bit of backlash. It's like, you're harassing me. And, well, no, first it starts off with, oh, it's just a bunch of man babies and incels. It's not that, we have actual legitimate grievances because, the fandom is strong with this one. And then they fucking start screaming and screeching harassment. And then if something is remotely good, or, well, not even remotely good, but it at least makes some money, they're like, oh, look, see, it was just a bunch of screeching babies and incels. And then the next project fucking fails. And even despite the fact it makes money, it still gets a massive fucking backlash and becomes divisive as shit. And I think the fucking franchise is going to just be able to survive based on branding alone. Fuck out of here.
Well, there is one thing that I think that's going to be really great in this movie, and I can't wait to fucking see, is that me love you long time, Rose Tico apparently gets it.
Yeah, no, I have no faith that this is going to restore anything in the movie universe because they still have plans on rolling out more Star Wars movies. But they've said they're going on hiatus after Episode 9. This is some shit they should have done a long time ago. They also said they didn't have anything announced. But after Episode 9, they're supposed to have a fucking the Boba Fett movie come out next year. I guess that's either been shelved or something, because that was supposed to come next. They were supposed to.
They were supposed to have a fucking Obi-Wan movie as well, but we're not getting that because no one likes Solo.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck the title, The Rise of Skywalker. I have a better fucking title.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Star Wars, Universe Broken.
No, Rise of Skywalker. Take it easy, Red Horse. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, the Rape of Skywalker.
I don't know how long we're gonna be going here, but if we can make it, we'll make it. But thanks for the invite. And have a great night. Enjoy your stream, dude.
Later, Dead Horse.
But I think now we can move on to specifically the EA bullshittery and what Disney has allowed EA to do. Because Disney basically gave them a free pass.
Aren't
Sounds
they
good,
the
man.
ones they
Take it
used to
easy.
have on their arcade games, winners don't use drugs?
Yeah.
Well, they're a bunch of hypocrites because they must be on drugs with all the bullshit they're going on with nowadays.
So we're gonna move on to the Jedi Fallen Order video game that EA and Respawn are releasing. Um, and here's what I love about the marketing for this one, ladies and gentlemen. EA and Respawn have come out and dedicated this game to no microtransactions, no multiplayer gameplay. It's just a single player story mode. All right,
Oh,
look,
so it's episodic, like The Walking Dead. Gotcha.
I've got no faith for this either because look at how they handled fucking Battlefront 2. They had at best, a 4 to 6 mission storyline on Battlefront 2 that they added so much shit down to. It would have been good. It would have been really good for a story mode if it was just the 4 to 6 missions, the first like 4 to 6 missions that you went on for the Imperial Trooper to go on her hero's journey and figure out that she wants to work for the rebellion. It'd have been fine up until the mission where you like solidify things with Leia and you become part of the army after holding off the stormtroopers I think it was Naboo, holding off the stormtroopers there. But no, they had to keep it going, and it was interesting enough. It wasn't like great or anything, but it was okay. It was interesting enough to keep playing. At least up until after that point. Everything else, once they shifted the story over to Han Solo, it got really stupid really quickly. It's like they just didn't give a shit about the story mode. So
It's the question, did they have Harrison Ford voice it?
Yes.
Because if they did, that's probably mainly the reason. He
Yes.
just doesn't want to do Han Solo anymore.
They had him voice some of it, but the whole mission was you played as Han to go find this dude to smuggle him off planet, and then at the very end of the mission, you had to fight wave after wave after wave of stormtrooper, which gets really tiresome really quick. At least for me, it was just bullshit.
So that zombie mode.
Yeah, pretty much, and. The problem is that they didn't have any story after they told the story. And if this is going to be a $60 title, right? I don't know how much that would be in fake world money, but
It'd be $120. Well, actually, it'd
140.
be almost about $100.
About
About $100. It's
about
about $1.50 to
$100 in Upside Down Land in Australia,
Yeah.
and like $80 in European money. But if this is going to be a title that's $60 US, and they only have 4 hours of story content and nothing else, what's the replayability on it? You know, what's this going to be like?
Well, I could give you the Australian version where every cunt's walking on the roof.
Yeah, there you go. Let's just get Farty's game produced. Shit. So, Fallen Order, no multiplayer, no microtransactions, as if that was like a selling point. And now they're trying to get people to pre-order the game.
Yeah, fuck that.
I was waiting for someone to say something. So, thoughts?
So, what other shit are they
I don't
going to
trust
do?
it.
Like, yeah, what other shit are they going to bundle in with your pre-order and all this?
Oh,
like,
for the pre-order
Pip-Boy with
bonuses.
Fallout and stuff. They're
For
going to
the-
give you stormtrooper helmet or something.
For the pre-order bonuses, you get in-game cosmetics.
Oh wow, makeup. Whoopie fucking do. Don't tell Brie Larson that she doesn't like makeup. Remember?
Or smiling. Don't tell me to smile, you sexist dog.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're gonna pull some bullshit because it's fucking EA. Let's be honest. They're gonna pull some BS. We're like, okay, let's be generous here and say the gameplay is actually pretty decent. The storyline's decent. The voice acting is decent. Let's say we get a decent amount of gameplay out of it. But then you're either going to have some fucking ridiculously overpriced DLC for a bunch of bullshit, or you're going to have some episodic bullshit. Because it's fucking EA, and they do that shit all the damn time.
Yeah, they'll figure out some way of, like, monetizing it after it's released. Norwegian says PC and Xbox don't have to pre-order, just use EA Origins. EA Origins is a terrible service. It is a terrible service. Oh.
Or they'll be looking at what's going on with the actual movies and shit, and they'll be umming and ahhing for the next 6 months until they actually have to bring it out. And they're like, "Oh crap, they've actually got to release it now. Fuck, there you go." And it'll be as glitchy as shit like the Dark Knight.
Force Unleashed. This is controversial, but the Force Unleashed is the second best Star Wars game ever produced, next to only in my opinion, the best Star Wars game ever produced was Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I'd say Knights of the Old Republic followed by Shadows of the Empire on the 64.
You like Shadows?
I like Shadows of the Empire.
My favorite N64 Star Wars game is
Rogue Squadron?
Yeah, that's it.
That's another very good one.
I'm
surprised they haven't brought the V
I tried
in.
going back and playing it the other day because I still have my 64 and I still have Rogue Squadron on and it's working cart still. I can't play it
the
anymore.
original Battlefront on the original Xbox, like that was really good. That's why I can't understand. Hang on, they released Battlefront. Hang on, that happened fucking a decade ago. What's in it? It's basically the same game. Now they got a fucking storyline to it.
Force returns to the hood.
Hey Jacob, how's it going? Norwegian says that the only hope this game has is that Respawn's making it, and they've been left alone by EA, and they got to use the engine they wanted to. I'm not entirely sure they've been left alone by EA, because EA has a history, just like Disney, and just like Sony, of sticking their dick in the pie before it's done. Like, they've had a history of doing this and micromanaging. And so, Fallen Order, it might turn out to be good. It might turn out to be corruption-free. But who knows?
All I can say is I don't fucking trust it.
Farty, you got something you want to go out on the Fallen Order thing? Because we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Just like porn, I'd like to watch people play games, but so yeah, I don't really have a dog in this race.
Fap into Star Wars games by streamers. So I think we've milked Jedi Fallen Order. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I got nothing else to really say about it. I don't know enough about it to contribute anything else to this
Well, there
conversation.
isn't really much out about it, just that Respawn and Herpigus says once the Apex money stops coming in on Respawn, Respawn will get the visceral treatment. Ooh. Ouch. Double tap in the back of the skull, huh?
Probably not wrong, though.
Jacob says, Farty, the new Battlefront games are nothing like the original two. No, they're not. Actually, I think there were more than two original Battlefront games, because they got a whole bunch of ports out on the PSP. There was Battlefront Rogue Squadron, which is really weird considering there was a Rogue Squadron on the N64 that wasn't Battlefront.
Wasn't there a storyline one where you played as like a special forces Imperial soldier, and
that
just remember every time you needed a med pack, it was like, I need some Vector.
That was, I believe, Battlefront 2. Haven't seen anything about The Mandalorian yet. So I can't talk about it. I don't know anything about it. But if you guys know anything about The Mandalorian, please feel free to share it.
Apparently, it's
I don't know.
That's a Netflix show, isn't it?
No, it's not.
That's
It's going
on
to the
Disney's
Disney
streaming
Plus.
service.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I thought it was on a streaming service.
So that's what I wanted to knock on next. The Disney Plus streaming service.
So
Republic
basically,
Commando,
only a
that's the
handful
one
of
you were
people are
thinking
going to see
of,
The
Barney.
Mandalorian, and then it's going to bomb.
Republic Commando, that's the one you were thinking of. It's not Battlefront 2.
Ah, right.
It's
yeah.
Republic Commando.
Yeah, that was good.
Let's see. So let's shit on the Disney streaming service. Yet another streaming service that my wife is gonna want. That's another $7 out of the already like 70 I'm paying for Hulu Live and shit like that. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with these streaming services. Can we stop having so many streaming services? I'm fucking tired of them all. Yes, I know that it's only $7 a month. Yes, I know I could get fucking Shudder for $4 a month to watch unlimited horror movies, and I'm going to have to get the fucking trial when Critters comes out so I can watch Critters, and we can talk about that on a stream. But if it doesn't have a free trial, I don't fucking care. And I'm not going to watch it because it's just full of the stupid same shit that I already get on Hulu. And it's full of the stupid same shit that they canceled from Netflix that was terrible. Oh, and the revival of Clone Wars. Just let it die already. You fucking Disney. You raped Clone Wars. You fucking stuck a Tyrannosaurus dick in its eye socket. Something Herpicus I'm sure you can appreciate. Fucking stuck a Tyrannosaurus dick in the eye socket of Clone Wars. Canceled it. Brought it back for another season, calling it The Lost Episodes, airing it on Cartoon Network because, hey guys, look at how much we want your money. And then fucking canned everything that was supposed to come chronologically after Clone Wars.
Is anybody really surprised, though?
No.
Nah. Of course not.
So, since we're still on the Star Wars kick, that's fine, people can still love it, but they're being duped. People are being duped for watching this Disney bullshit. That's pure, plain and simple. You're being duped. You've allowed Disney to become this giant fucking corporate power mouse. Yes, pun intended. And you just sat with it. You're just like, oh no, this is fine. It's like walking into a burning house and going, this is fine. And you're just sitting down at the dinner table. I have some fucking steak or some shit while the house is collapsing around you. And Disney's gonna own every fucking thing because that's where we're at now.
Okay, little side note, if I can, heard this story about the people who actually work for like Disneyland and all that kind of stuff. The actors they call them, the cunts who dress up like fucking Disney princesses and
well, they do that. You know why they do that, right, Farty? They are animation students. They have to go through that bullshit so they can get a spot on some animation team when they need to replace someone after they break down in the fucking cubicles from being fucking sweatshopped to death.
Well, anyway, they used to affectionately call the Disney parks mouth schwitz.
Yep.
And then Disney sent out a memo saying that, you know, no one's allowed to call this place Mauschwitz ever again, and anybody who calls it Mauschwitz will be sacked immediately on the spot. Way to go, Disney, to show yourself not to be a socialist, fascist fucking regime and all this kind of stuff. So it took them all about 30 seconds to recall it. Duck out.
What's up, Ace of Skulls?
I thought that was amusing.
No, it was. But the long and short of it is that we have put Disney on this pedestal. Uh, by we, I mean collectively all of us. Like, I'm sure there's some shit Disney that we've like. I used to be a big DuckTales fan back in the day. This is just because I love the show and I bought like fucking I don't know how many replacement Gizmo Duck toys I had to buy because they kept getting broken by my brother. I kept letting him play with them and it just like snap. Oops, I broke it. Fuck you. You did it on purpose, you bitch. I went through like 3 or 4 Gizmo Ducks before I stopped like giving.
Why just Gizmo?
Gizmo Duck?
Yeah.
Because he was like
Why? Why just?
he was the only cool character. He was like the only real original character on the show. Because he was this loser that stumbles in ass backwards into a fucking into a fucking like superhero role. He's like, oh well, I didn't mean to do this, but now I have a responsibility. So he's like this loser who like turns his life around by basically stealing someone's shit and not getting called on it.
Yeah, I think your brother's got a weird fetish.
Probably. Oh man. This brings me to Star Wars Celebration. Look at I know you had a rant on this, Doku, and I know you got a rant on this. And I'm going to preempt your rant just a little bit by saying this, and then I will let you have the floor and you can rip and let it fly. I have an issue, and I know you have the same issue, and I know this rant is on, so I'm just preparing everyone in the chat for this. I have an issue with certain YouTubers saying, oh, Disney, and then going and spending their money on Disney shit. All right, you don't want Disney to fuck the IPs up. Don't give them your money. I stopped supporting Disney when they were fucking Power Rangers, alright? Yes, I still watch Power Rangers. Come at me. I stopped watching anything Disney related when they started fucking Power Rangers. About a year after they got Power Rangers, the rights reverted back to Saban. Alright? The only way that Disney's going to get the message with Star Wars is by not giving them Star Wars money. Doku, take it away.
All right. Well, yes, you touched on one of 3 major problems I fucking have. First problem, just watching. And to be fair, I'm glad some of these individuals in question, who I will name because I don't give 2 fucks.
Oh, we've got nothing to lose and everything to gain by naming them.
So I'm glad I got to see, kind of what it was like. And I'm not going to lie, impressive. A lot of people. Some very elaborate displays. Watching a 3-hour line for people sitting there to buy merchandise you can get off fucking Amazon over some bullshit. They're like, oh, it's a Star Wars Celebration exclusive. It's still gonna be the same garbage quality bullshit that you can get anywhere else. It's probably gonna be worse than anything you can find at your local comic shop, and I guarantee you they need the support way fucking more than fucking House of Mouse, Eye of Sauron, fuck you fanboy bullshit Disney is.
May I, Doku? And it'll still be that same cheaply to produce shit that was made in China.
Oh no, I'm going for like Gentle Giant or Sideshow. Like if I'm gonna buy something, I'm gonna buy something that's decent fucking quality, not this fucking Funko Pop Chinese fucking sweatshop produced plushy bullshit that you see the same fucking quality shit you see at a fucking Walmart. That shit ain't selling. Why the fuck are you gonna wait 3 hours to buy the same garbage at fucking Star Wars Celebration because it's exclusive? Fuck out of here. And Ethan Van Sciver, thanks for at least not waiting in that fucking garbage ass long ass line. Some of the panels, okay, I can get why you would want to go, but to be blunt, I'm not going to fucking waste my time sitting down at a panel to listen to Kathleen fucking Kennedy and all her fucking little puppet actors and actresses sit there and rant about how great Star Wars is after they've burnt it to the fucking ground. Which, Jeremy, I like you. Ethan Van Sciver, I like you. I supported Cyberfrog. Star Wars Girl, Mindless Entertainment, Odin's Movie Blog, I like you guys. But how the fuck are you going to bitch about Disney, Bob Iger, Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, but you still fucking go to Star Wars Celebration and give Disney the money and the fucking attention? That is bullshit, and you fucking know it. So, you know what? I know you guys fucking hate Disney Lucasfilm as much as I do, maybe even more. But that is fucking bullshit. If you did it for the fans, then I'm glad you did it for the fans. But it takes away from any kind of actual merit that you have when you're sitting there bitching about giving Disney your money or don't boycott this, don't boycott that. You're fucking talking at both sides of your fucking mouth. Either give them your money or don't. But you can't sit there and fucking bitch about it to the extent that you people do when you're fucking doing this shit. I get you're probably doing it for the channel. I get you're doing it for the fans. You still love Star Wars. I understand that. But you gotta fucking back off the gas a little bit if you're gonna pull something like that. You're still supporting the fucking House of Mouse. And the House of Mouse is fucking your franchise up. That's the reason why people like Roundhead fucking Dickhead Johnson and Kathleen the Cunt Kennedy can fucking sit there and bullshit on you and say, oh, the evil fanboys, the incels, the fucking man children. That's the reason they fucking get away with this shit, is because of that shit that you're doing. They feel like they're untouchable because you're pulling shit like this. That is fucking nonsense. It is fucking nonsense, and you fucking know it. And my third fucking issue with this, and we already touched on it. You love Star Wars. I get it. You know, you want to go be around Star Wars fans. I get it. Look at any fucking convention and the fucking fandom. Like, you call yourselves the Fandom Menace. Look at the fucking fandom and the divisiveness that's in this. Look at fucking Kamea-Con with the whole Kick Vic shit. You're going to sit there and fucking talk about shit like that. You're going to go to a fucking convention. You want to talk to Star Wars fans, but you're YouTube personalities. People know who the fuck you are. You can't sit there and like you're sitting on Twitter and shit, and you're complaining about harassment. Other people are complaining about harassment. Both sides are making themselves look like fucking jackasses. But then you go to convention, just like fucking walk around like everything's all fucking willy nilly. It's okay, hunky dory. Bull fucking shit. Either support the fucking franchise, support the fucking product, or stop bitching. There's
an old adage: shit or get off the pot.
Exactly. So I'm sorry, you can't sit there like, not only are you giving these people ammunition, like all it would fucking take is for fucking Kathleen Kennedy or fucking Ryan Johnson or who the fuck ever little Disney Bob Iger minion to go running around and be like, oh, hey, you see these guys that have been harassing us on Twitter and everything? Look, they're at Star Wars Celebration. They're this. Let's go find them. Let's do like, yeah. Ethan Van Skyver, I'm glad
you bring up a valid thing, because I want to kind of I don't want to take away from your rant. I just want to augment it.
That's fine.
Slightly.
Go ahead.
It's like when fucking Total Biscuit, right? Don't speak ill of the dead. Fuck him. Total Biscuit was an asshole. That's my stance. Always will be my stance. I won't mourn the dead. I won't mourn him. And I'm not gonna like, oh well, he was this, that, the other thing.
Yeah, I mean, my stance on it is loss of life. Loss of life is unfortunate. I won't gravestand, but I'm sorry, an asshole's an asshole.
He had an entire convention center hunt down one dude for memeing to have him ejected. All right?
The dude from Diversity in Comics had the same fucking problem.
This is what Disney will do. If not Disney, then some fucking higher up YouTuber on the other side of the platform who's a Disney shill, like Angry Joe, would pull some of this shit.
Or you'll just have someone like fucking Mars Girl or the Disney version of the Monica Rials or who the fuck ever. Someone will do this shit. It's so, like, I'm sorry, you guys can't sit there and bitch about this expecting something to not happen just because Disney has a strong anti-harassment policy at Star Wars Celebration. You guys know what the fuck you're doing. I get, like, you should be allowed to go and enjoy what you want to enjoy and support what you want to support, no matter how much you bitch about it. But you sit there and you bitch about all these people who fucking complain and do harassment and do these gay ops and shit like that. You're putting yourself into a position where that could just as easily happen to you and possibly get you kicked out of the convention. And what the fuck would happen then? I will bet money at least one person involved will turn around and bitch about it. You put yourself in that fucking situation knowing full well that is a possibility for it to happen, and to be blunt, I'm shocked it didn't.
See,
So good on Disney for that.
I want to address Norwegian guy. He says, "He already has my ticket for Avengers Endgame. Come at me, Dogu." I want to address this quick. It's fine that you have your ticket, Norwegian guy. It's fine that you have your ticket. And that's because you have already made the choice to continue to support Disney and Marvel. That's fine. You are making that choice. You are saying, I support them no matter what. And that's fine. Go ahead and support it. We are not telling you not to. We are simply bringing up our grievances with what we see in with Disney. And I applaud you for sticking by your conviction here. You're going to support the franchise for whatever reason. That's fine. Then
that's why I say.
Then you look at what Geeks and Gamers polled. You look at what fucking Mecha Random polled. You look at what fucking who else?
World class bullshitters, Ethan Van Sciver, Mindless Entertainment, Odin's movie blog. You guys bitch about Disney all the fucking time. You're still giving them your movie. You're still giving them money.
They sat there and they bitched and they bitched and they bitched, and yet they still went and gave them money. I had a problem with Captain Marvel. Guess what I didn't do? I didn't make 1,200 videos talking about Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel, and then go see it. We made one stream, one or two streams, one of which was definitely a drinking game, and nothing else. I didn't go fucking put my money down to watch Captain Marvel, nor will I get the fucking DVD or Blu-ray.
Neither will I. And I'm not going to go see Endgame. I'm not going to go see the new Star Wars. I'm not going to buy Disney Plus. They're not getting my fucking money.
The one thing you will not find us do on this channel is say, don't go support this franchise, and then turn around and support the franchise.
You can support whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah, you can support whatever you want.
I'm happy that you're enjoying the MCU, Norwegian guy. I really am. Someone has to enjoy it. There was a lot of hard work put into it. I don't know how much hard work, but there was definitely some work put into it. There was definitely a script written. There were actors hired. There were and when you don't consider the actors or the writers or the directors, when you consider that the crew, right, the people who filmed, the people who got bagels and shit, even the people who get bagels for the fucking actors and directors and the craft service people, they deserve some applause for making the movie happen.
And that's the thing. I'm not gonna attack the people behind creating it necessarily, or the people that support the process behind making the movie. The figureheads, they're figureheads. They deserve some criticism. I'm not going to attack them personally like they love to do to us.
It's because they're the figureheads, and that is who we direct the ire at. Because, dude, look, you had one job. Just fucking put out something entertaining. And you haven't been doing that for whatever reason. If you believe it's because of the injection of fucking SJW politics, then fine, don't go see a movie because it's injected with SJW politics. I hated Ghostbusters Answer the Call, but it was because of the own internal bullshit in the movie and not because of my boobies or whatever. It was because the movie itself was fucking terrible.
Oh, and that's the thing. I'll bring up a Marvel Comics thing, specifically X-Men. X-Men was always an allegory for current events, and it was very political. But it was still entertaining. It was good. It was well done. It was well produced. It was well written. You can have politics within your movie, agree or disagree with it.
I will agree to disagree that it's always been political.
Okay, maybe not always political, but there's always been the element of current events or an allegory for certain societal issues.
There's been an element of commentary in there, but it hasn't been in there entirely.
But it was always an underlier. It was never the entirety of the purpose of the movie. The purpose of the movie, number one, was good character development, good plot, good storytelling, good writing, entertainment. Everything
Yeah.
else was a subplot. It was an underlier. That's not what's happening with a lot of entertainment mediums. And you know what? If you enjoy it, that's great. That's fine. Support what you want to support. I won't tell you what you can or cannot do with your money. The only reason I know I'm going to end up watching episode 9 is because a family member for their birthday thinks it looks good and they want to go see it, and they're going to buy me a ticket, and I'm going to have to go see it. But Disney is not getting a cent out of my fucking pocket. And I'm probably not going to enjoy the movie at all, but at least I'll be able to rant about it afterwards. But I'm not paying a fucking penny for it.
Here's something I want to address from Carl, Norwegian guy in the chat. He says Captain America is definitely a political character when you look at the origins for the character. I won't say Captain America is a political character. His origins definitely have political tones to them, given the time that he was created and given what, given the circumstances in which he had to kind of strap on his boots, right? I'll say that he was created during a very politically charged time, and that his origins have political tones attached to them, but he himself is not a political character. He has a classic American values, but that doesn't make him a political character. That just says he has specific set of values.
And that's also why I say, like, even if it's not necessarily political, the stories have always kind of had a tone of current events to them. That doesn't make the story outrightly political, but it is a social commentary to a degree.
And it's not in every book, though. It's not in every story. It's not infused in Marvel's DNA like some people would have you believe. Like when I read Thanos Quest, Infinity Gauntlet. I'm still going through Infinity War, which has been a slog because, Infinity Gauntlet is a slog. Infinity War was but I'm still going through Infinity Gauntlet, the new, the next story in the series.
Why are you pronouncing gauntlet like gauntlet? Mm-hmm.
Because shut up. But I'm going through that story, and I'm still trying to finish it. I'm still only about halfway through. And I started reading that book months ago, and it is painful to read. It is painful to read. It is so fucking slow. The pacing is terrible. Partially because they're doing so much shit with it. And I didn't think Infinity War was going to be... I thought Infinity War was going to be like the worst of the storylines, but this is just... Oh my god. But, that being said, I didn't see any of that shit when I was reading those books. I didn't see it in any of the Spider-Man stuff that I read as a kid. I mean, of course, that was when I was a kid and I could have missed it, but... What's political about Chameleon making Peter Parker think his parents are back from the dead?
Okay, and that's the thing. You can have reality and fiction mirror each other. You can have a combination of political commentary, social commentary, philosophical commentary. It all blends together. It's just how you balance it and emphasize it and what you're actually pulling from. The problem with current day entertainment as a whole is it's pretty much all current events, it's all one-sided, and it's extremely heavy-handed, and the character development and the plot line takes a back seat to those underlying elements that should be nothing more than underlying elements.
Yeah.
That's why it's so bad.
Oh,
yeah, well,
man.
with this fucking Star Wars celebration bloody thing, they've gone and shot themselves in the foot. Now, I'll preface this by saying I went and saw I saw Captain Flatass, but I pirated that, and I still maintain I want my money back. I am going to go and I'm going to see the next Star Wars movie. Of course, I'm going to pirate it, and of course, I'm going to fucking scream for my money back. I am going to see fucking Endgame, And depending on whether they have lied to me by saying that they're going to powder splat and incinerate fucking Captain Flatass in the first fucking battle, if they don't do that, I'm screaming for my money back, even though I pirated it. If they do that, then I'm going to be happy. Fucking. But what they've done with Star Wars Celebration, and I saw this on a video the other day where they highlighted all of the SJW exclusive shit. Like there's girls in space and fucking, bloody was it trans or fucking cross-dressing and all this kind of safe space and blah blah blah, all this kind of fucking bloody LBGTQRS KFC fucking inclusive shit. And I thought, well, for starters, you didn't need to do that. How many pictures have you ever seen with a dude with a beard with space rolls and a white shawl pretending to be Princess Leia? Thousands of times. No cunt said shit about it then. Why in the fuck did they need a special place for him to do it now? But what fucking Kathleen Cat Lady's gone and done there is that she's opened up the fucking Pandora's box. And it's also led with the subgroup of these fucking weirdos, which is the 50 Shades of Grey types, the fandom, the fan fiction types. And now, apparently, there is a thing called the Raylos. And this is partly really? Kathleen Kennedy's fucking fault, and they want Kylo and Rey to fucking bump uglies and all this, even though it's now looking like their brother and sister, which probably makes them get all the more gooey in their gussets even more. But fucking, they've even gone out and fucking harassed these people. Like, they've harassed fucking bloody what's he driver and fucking, members of his entourage and all this kind of stuff saying, why won't you fuck Ray? And all this kind of shit.
I believe they call that shipping.
Yeah, you've opened it up to that, Cat Lady. Good on ya. Now you got that fucking problem on your hands. You go fucking fix it. Because I bet you $10 the actors didn't want that shit.
Yeah.
And again, that's the thing. I am just gonna make it clear because I do feel like it's important to make this point clear. I still like Jeremy. I still like the Geeks and Gamers crew. I still like World Class Bullshitters. I still like Ethan Van Sciver. But when I see bullshit, I'm gonna call it out. I'm shocked they went to Star Wars Celebration. I really am. Now, if they enjoyed it, great. That's awesome. I'm glad your audience enjoyed it. I'm glad you had a fun time. You can support what you want to support. But you kind of spent the past couple of years bitching about the fucking state of Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson. Then you turn around and gave Disney no reason, because they have your money now, no reason to fucking actually fix the problem that you guys are pointing out. And that's bullshit.
But you see, they're the dumb fuck fanboys that fucking they're kind of pandering to. Let's just make up some old slopping and here you go, have that and fucking like it, because like there was a compilation with the Angry Joe show and people like that. At the end of the trailer when the Star Wars logo popped up, they're like, yeah, look at that, woo, yeah, woohoo, yeah, fucking yeah, fucking woo, yeah, just point all over the screen, woohoo, fucking yeah. And yeah, like you're right. After they've been spending 2 years shitting all over it, and then this makes them come their duds, and then they're going to spend the next fucking 3 years fucking shitting all over this one.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, if you want to support something, by all means, be my guest. But then don't turn around and bitch when Disney starts producing more garbage.
But this is what Disney's doing. They see those dumb cunts and they go, they'll take this slop. All right, we don't have to do a good job. Here's a big pile of shit. There, eat that. And they'll fucking gobble it all up and then fucking complain about it later. And it's like, suck shit, bitch. We got your fucking money now. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Well,
pirate it like I do.
I'll stick to my fucking convictions. There are a few Marvel comics that I want to buy. There are quite a few DC comics that I want to buy. There's some statues and some busts that I want to acquire. But because of the state of the comic industry, because of these same fucking people that are ruining Star Wars, and
why give your money to them?
I'm not the only people I feel bad for are the people that run my local comic shop.
Yeah,
those are the only ones I feel bad for. The corporate entities, Dime Publishing, Disney, Marvel Cinemas, MC.
See, that's where
DC, Warner Brothers, they can all go fuck themselves.
That's where
they're not
my
getting a
local-
fucking penny from me.
That's where my local comic shop comes in, because I'm not going to mention them on air, because I don't want someone finding this stream and going, we need to review brigade this shop and blah blah blah. No, not gonna do it to them, because they've been really good to me. They've given me discounts when I've asked about things and when I've picked stuff up. They gave me a huge discount on a box of, just as an example, as an aside, they've given me a $50 discount on a brand new box of Hour of Devastation. All right?
Damn.
You just don't give someone a discount like that. All right? They've been
No,
good
that's
to me.
insane.
They've been good to me, all right? It was already 20% off. They were having a sale. It was already 20% off. And they gave me an additional percentage off. Right? This is 100.
Did you get any of the God characters?
Oh yeah. I got both of the Nicol Bolas. And
Oh.
I got and I got the Scarab. One copy of the Scarab.
Oh, the Scarab God.
Yeah.
The Scarab God, if you play him right, is I had a red-blue deck and I had the Scarab God in it. Oh my god, man, you play that thing right.
I pulled Scarab and I pulled the Cricket God? The Locust God? Locust.
The Locust God.
Yeah. I pulled both of them in the same box, in addition to one of each of the Nicol Bolas gods.
Oh my damn, I wish I had that kind of pull back when I was playing Magic.
Box. That was a great box. So, $50 box. Okay.
That's just between those 4 cards, you already made money.
No, I know. It was already like it's a $120 box with $50 off. I mean, I'll let you guys do the math. There's 20% sale and then an additional percentage off. You just don't give someone that kind of additional bonus off if they're not doing stuff for you, if they're not helping you out. I'm selling deck boxes that I custom 3D print at home through them. And it's bringing them more business. And I've helped them, maintain their gaming by suggesting new stuff. And he gives me insider tips. You know how he's staying afloat? Captain Marvel books aren't selling for shit. Right? You know what he does, though? Is he buys the exclusive... he does the exclusive variants. Right? Marvel's got this thing where if you buy X amount of books, you get X amount of variant covers. There's like a 2,500 cap, a 25 cap, a $100 cap. There's all these different tiers. And you know how he's doing? He's buying as many copies as he can. And then he's selling the variant covers for what they're going for on YouTube, and they make more money back than what he spent on that entire fucking stack of 1,000 comic books.
Well, that's the only thing local comic shops can really do at this point. And Marvel's just dumping all the excess crap onto the wholesalers.
Right, and then he sells not only comic books, but he sells back issues. That's how I got my Carnage Unleashed collection. Near mint. I'm going to have that graded soon. Probably in the next couple of months here. It's in really good condition. The spine is barely worn. They sell Transformers from way back, 86 era Transformers, all the way up to current stuff. They sell new and used action figures. They sell video games. They sell apparel, like clothing and hats and shit. They sell board games, right? They sell tabletop games. They sell trading card games. They sell fucking D&D. And it's all this shit that keeps them in business in this new comic book age. He's not selling the regular comics. No.
Well, again, that's what I've been doing with my local shop, is occasionally if I see a Gentle Giant bust that I want, or one of the Kodo statues, I'll buy that. But my comic shop also sells art from local artists and stuff like that. So I'll buy that with some really small print labels of things that I actually want to read, like Infernoct or Monstrous. But I'm not buying anything from the big two anymore.
Right. So the point that I'm making is that my comic book shop, my local comic book shop, has diversified to the point where the comic books don't matter anymore. He could do away with comic books completely tomorrow, and it would still be fine, because he understands the trends of who wants what where and how to deliver them. But
Well, at this point, they kind of have to.
nah. But I kind of want to get on this last thing before we roll on out of here. Um, Carl, if you're still with us, you're gonna love this. Disney is making more Alien movies.
Yeah.
Haven't they learnt yet?
No, they haven't.
No, not at all.
They're making more Alien movies, and
I can see it now. They're going to put Brie Larson in. She's going to say, "I was the first strong female lead ever in the Aliens trilogy series," or whatever the fuck. Yeah, okay, let's just ignore Sigourney Weaver once again.
yeah. At this point, Sigourney Weaver should just change her name to Zool.
Might as well.
I bet she's sitting there just going, every fucking slut that says it, from now on, I need a strong female. I'll fucking show him a strong female lead with a fucking baseball bat, you slag.
It's been 80 days since the last time we have heard this is the first ever strong female lead Hollywood's ever produced.
I bet you Linda Hamilton's got a fucking AR-15 out and just went, strong female lead, eh?
Where's that firing pan? I knew I cleaned this gun a little too early. Jacob says, fuck this shit. I'll make my own shop with blackjacks and hookers. You know what? Forget the shop. And the blackjack. Okay, so you're just gonna get the hookers. Got it. Yeah. So take it as you will, boys. Do we got anything to say about this, or do we just gonna let this speak for itself?
I think
I'm
it
all
speaks
for
for
the
itself
hookers.
pretty well. Oh, the hookers. Yeah, I
Fucking-
like that idea.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at my docket here. I closed it out and I'm looking at it. I just brought it back up. We forgot one thing.
What?
Disney's also looking to, now that they own Fox and they have the X-Men movie rights back, they're looking to keep the MCU and Fox mutant series separate.
At this point, I just don't even fucking care.
No?
Like,
No
I thought,
fucks given?
I thought for a second there you were going to say that they were going to introduce a new female character to The Simpsons, and she's going to be the only smart female character The Simpsons ever had.
Wouldn't surprise me. Fuck Lisa,
And
right?
Lisa'd just be sitting there going, "Fuck you."
Lisa's been a bit of
Yeah.
a pill, so I wouldn't be. I think I'd be happy if they replaced her. Oh,
Yeah.
All black.
I don't know.
Just yellow
I
is
just don't
racial
trust
profile.
anything. I don't trust anything coming out of the House of Mouse at this point in time. Like, you could tell me they're going to do the actual Civil War story arc. You could tell me they're going to do House of M. I wouldn't give two shits. I wouldn't.
Oh man, I would love
Just don't
to
care
see,
at this point.
I would love to see it done right. It's got to be done right, but I would love to see the fucking Asteroid M, like a story devoted to like Magneto, like crashing Asteroid M into Earth, and just
Well, I
wiping
can't wait
out
till
the
they-
human population. I would love to see
I
it.
can't wait. I really can't wait until they pull their dicks out of their asses and get Deadpool to do the medium between the X-Men and Marvel.
They're talking about
MCU.
it, but for the largely, I think they're just going to keep them separate because it'll be easier, and that way they don't have to brand, an R-rated movie with the Disney logo, which would make them feel dirty. Also dirty.
See, the thing is, if Disney has the balls to do it, they might have the balls to do it, but they don't have the creative talent to do it and actually make it work.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they'll take Ryan Reynolds out of it and then fuck that up too.
Oh my god.
Fucking sew his mouth shut again or something.
This time for real, just stick just stick Mickey's dick in it and sew it shut. You can't pull it out, haha.
Fuck you!
Oh, you little asshole!
Bend over and take it, you bitches! Oh, give me your money!
Hey, have you ever noticed this? Haha, I'm Mickey Mouse. Hello, boys. I'm Michael Jackson.
Oh my god!
Suck off my purity ring! Oh, you little asshole!
Oh my god! All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We're gonna head on out of here. That's all we've got to say for tonight. Stay tuned for the Friday drinking game, the Rotten Tomatoes drinking game. Doku, what are we doing Friday?
Shit, man, I don't even know.
Should we look at Rotten Tomatoes, see what's coming out this weekend, so we can shit on it? Oh, we should look at Hellboy. Oh, Hellboy Friday.
Oh,
are you guys ready to lose your livers and all of your brain
not
cells?
the same without Ron Perlman.
I saw the trailer for it, and I'm like, this is a joke, right? So, Hellboy. Stay tuned for Hellboy. Friday, midnight, Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time that would be, GMT or UTC. But, Farty, what time you got by you?
It's, what, now or then?
Now. What time do you have now?
It's 4 p.m.
Alright, so that would be 2 p.m. Australian time if you live in Down Underland. Upside Down World. Or as Mr. Rogers called it, the land of make-believe. So,
yes, I'm actually in South Africa.
Yes.
Oh.
Princess Pussycat is your fiance, right?
Might as well be.
It was a model, but I had to shoot her. Like that Guns N' Roses song. I used to love her, but I had to kill her.
If you haven't already, like, subscribe to Exiled Opinions here on YouTube. Thanks for watching us on Mad Dodge's channel. Make sure to give this a like over on his channel. Come visit our website, pewdytube.com. Join our forums. Come join us on our Discord, which Doku should be handing out the Discord link in a little bit here. And come visit us on DLive. We're actually making the switch from YouTube to DLive, so we appreciate as much support over there as we can get. The next 5 people on this stream to go over to DLive and follow us, make a DLive account, follow us on DLive, will get moderator privileges and all of the other benefits that come with, well, when we reach and surpass the 200 followers threshold on DLive, you'll be getting all those permissions and privileges and shit. So thanks for joining us. We'll catch you again on Monday or Friday rather for that drinking game. Doku, what do we tell?
Oh, the same thing we always tell them. Fuck the critics. Fuck the House of Mouse. Fuck Roundhead. Fuck Kathleen Kennedy. And, as always, stay metal.